We are a species in decay. Climate catastrophe, war crimes, poverty, fascism, spiritual sex predators. But if there's one thing that really gets me, it's all these f***ing genders. All these polys and two-spirits and xenos and all the other ones that regularly weigh on my everyday life. But from the ashes a fire shall be woken. Whispers in the wind tell of a new gender, one which moves in the shadows and will emerge only in man's most dire need. He is the Sigma male, a lone wolf who willingly exists on the periphery of social life. He is exceptionally intelligent and has no doubt of his own worth. The Sigma commands a room, but with his quiet mystery and intrigue. Because of that, women gravitate to him. From a place of powerful intuition, confidence and perception, he can pierce through lies and manipulation. He is a silent leader, incredibly self-aware and the master of his own fate. In a word, he is the rarest of all men. Well, where the f*** am I going to find one of those? Sigma male Steve Jabba. The truth about Sigma males. The Sigma sits outside the hierarchy by choice. Beta males. Look at the eyes. It's visible in the eyes. My eyes versus beta. Oh shit. I don't expect it would surprise anyone to hear that there's an overlap between Sigma males and pickup artistry. But wait, what's this? You won't see any hint of misogyny or resentment towards women anywhere on this website. Well shit, a self-aggrandizing pickup artist who respects women? Don't mind if I prolonged eye contact. Invasion of personal space.
I like you.
No.
You can give me a kiss then. Can't give you one. Is it too soon to kiss? Is it too soon to kiss each other?
Yes.
Because we don't know each other. I'm very persistent, aren't I?
If you want to see his live workshop on how this 8-year-old video of him drunkenly nagging a woman to kiss him is actually good technique, then you can find it on his website for $99. Avoid these 6 retarded mistakes when you're chasing funny or pussy. Oh god.
Now back in the day when I was going out and slaying women left, right and centre, I used to have a nickname, and that nickname was Kong, largely because of the size, the enormous length and girth of my reproductive organ. But putting that to one side, so I mentioned it before briefly, but it's just little things like this. So it's like you've been told before on videos that it's a good idea to stand with your legs splayed really far apart and thrusting your crotch forward. But if you can tell me what planet you're on if you're doing this kind of thing and thinking that's attractive, the woman's looking at you thinking you're a weirdo and you're a retard. These people walking past agree with me and laughing at me and agreeing that I look like a retard. I agree with you.
Now that is good advice. Although I've apparently done that less times than you have in my life, so.
The second one is nervous habits like touching your nose, your face, or stroking your beard, or acting like a weirdo, you know? It portrays a certain kind of nervousness, makes you look shifty, possibly like a serial killer.
Don't come off like a serial killer. Prolonged eye contact.
And the third one was any kind of gay or faggoty body language mannerisms. So there might be some guys that you've watched and you thought, well, that guy's gay, it's therefore, or ergo, following the logical chain of progression, I too should act gay.
Well, I can assure you, you won't be seeing any of that kind of behavior on this channel. Okay, so maybe this sleazy homophobic scam artist isn't a fair representation of the Sigma male movement. Who else do we have here? Anthony Spade. Why Sigma males are more attractive than alpha. What is it with these people and fucking animals?
But we're gonna go down to Google, all right? And we're gonna start off with, what's a Sigma male? All right? So now that we know Sigma male is a real thing, all right? Let's go ahead and understand that right now before everybody come up in here. We have just a knowledge. Google is the smartest person in the world. Google has recognized that Sigma male is a real male. They're often self-employed, traveling nomads who seek adventure and knowledge. I tell people that all the time. Sigmas are the smart ones. We're the smart ones.
How Sigma males approach women and make them submit. I think we've seen enough here. There's a Sigma male codex written by someone who clearly forgot about the 1947 study on alpha male wolves that was later debunked by its own author. If you are reading this, then it means that you are very intelligent and in search of knowledge, and if you are reading this and you are not in search of knowledge, you will have it by the time you are done. So I know what you're saying. What exactly is a Sigma male? Well, the Sigma male by definition is a man who does not think or act like everyone else. Where the alpha male always wants to be seen, the Sigma male keeps a low profile as to not draw attention to... The whole thing is like this. Codex number 10. The Sigma male would never tolerate being told to just let it go after being mistreated by someone. As a matter of fact, he will plot his revenge in a manner and timetable of his choosing. Codex number 12. The Sigma male understands that revenge is a long-term goal, not a short-term gain. Codex number 37. The Sigma male lives by the motto, revenge is a dish best served cold. Codex number 59. The Sigma male understands that whenever someone tells him to just let it go, what they are really saying is that they don't believe that they have the power to punish their enemies. Whoa. 61. The Sigma male lives by the motto, you may be cold, but I'm colder. 71. The Sigma male lives by the motto, when you treat me like a dog, you bring out the wolf in me. 80. The Sigma male understands that revenge and justice are one and the same. 83. The Sigma male lives by the motto, I do not forgive, and I do not forget. Bonus Codex number 9. The Sigma male will declare war on anyone or anything that is a threat to his peace of mind. Is this guy okay? I don't think he's okay. Maybe I should say something serious now. The common thread I've noticed here is that the only people Sigma males seem to need to prove themselves to is themselves. Where alpha males may need their identities to be validated by other people, Sigma males don't. And where social rejection might hurt someone who identifies as an alpha, for a Sigma, it's a reinforcement. There isn't much mystery around why this would be attractive to people. You can only LARP for so long as an alpha male online before you inevitably have to turn their computer off, only to see the ghostly reflection of a lost and lonely child staring back at you. Naturally, the Sigma males I found online all had some association with the Red Pill or MGTOW, something like that. And it's easy to see why these people would overlap with the right. After all, if you're sold on an identity that has quite a lot to do with having power over women, I'd imagine why the side that associates with feminism wouldn't be for you. A few years ago, the term Sigma male also appeared in a subreddit called Red Pilled Women, and the general feeling about Sigma males was that they were an object of fantasy. The crazy genius who sadly got away because of their inability to commit. One of the posters even called herself a Sigma widow. That's weird. But I want to argue that Sigma males are really just an extreme fringe of something that is by no means exclusive to the right. As I was looking through these videos about all the things that makes a Sigma male, I realized this is an archetype that has been fetishized in media for decades. The independent, hyper-intelligent lone wolf who struggles with authority, who breaks the rules on a regular basis, who compulsively feeds their drive to solve problems, often at the expense of everyone around them. And thanks to our good friends at Reddit, we know that every one of these characters inevitably attracts a cult following, of people who seem very good at adopting this stubborn, insensitive, pain-in-the-ass quality, whilst the genius with a modest, introverted confidence is left behind. The sociologist C.H. Cooley came up with a really interesting concept called the looking glass self, the idea that our identities are ultimately shaped by other people, and the way that they act towards us. For example, if you identify as a funny person, it probably helps when other people are there to laugh at your jokes. This is also true for identities that are typically antisocial and solitary. There's a reason one of the most popular incel memes is an image of other people looking disgustedly at the unknown person behind the camera. In a way, the people in the picture are telling you more about the person they're looking at than they are about themselves. Other people are like mirrors, showing your identity back to you. Hence, the looking glass self. Of course, there are people who will defy this and attempt to claim an identity that no one else recognizes. Some people see themselves as funny when no one laughs at their jokes. and those people become right-wing comedians. Others might identify with more grandiose characters in media and find themselves emulating all the easy traits they see, whilst the more difficult ones are left behind. Yes, I am talking about you guys in r/Rick and Morty. Because even if all geniuses are assholes, not all assholes are geniuses. And there are a lot more deluded Jerrys in the world than there are Ricks. But although these people may have the presence of mind not to call themselves Sigma males, the archetype is still very similar, and you don't need to be a right-winger to fall for it. And it is tempting to say that this is all just astrology for sad boys, but I don't think that really tells the whole story. After all, in an education system and work environment that stresses the importance of team building and interpersonal skills, you could expect a lot of introverted people to exist in that world with a weakened sense of self. And as we close in on 1 year since the lockdown started, it's not surprising that people would choose now to take on an identity that fetishizes loneliness. But rather than admitting weakness and reaching out to people and, I don't know, talking about your feelings once in a while, attaching yourself to an identity that puts you on top of the world by default is the more seductive option. You're not someone who struggles socially. You're actually Dr. House or Keanu Reeves for some reason. This is just toxic masculinity with extra steps. A coping mechanism that shields your fragile ego by turning every possible criticism into a point of validation. The problem isn't you, it's everyone else. But unfortunately, being lonely and misunderstood isn't a personality type. Maybe there are some tortured geniuses out there, but really, most of us are just tortured. And sometimes opening up to people and admitting your pain is the strongest, dare I say, the most alpha thing you can do. And however worried you are about your social skills, well, you're not thrusting your junk in front of kids in a zoo whilst talking about how Sigma you are and, what's that if not a good start?